Welcome to the Turning Lemons into Lemonade podcast. Each week, your host, Amy Mewborn, business strategist and advisor, will bring you the stories of how successful women entrepreneurs turn their tragedies into triumphs to create the businesses that are changing the world today. And now, your host, Amy Mewborn.
Welcome to episode 10 of Turning Lemons into Lemonade podcast. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that the past few episodes have been helpful to you and that you've gotten to see that you're not alone in this business journey. As women entrepreneurs, we often look around and we feel like everyone else has it together. And we go back and look at our life or we look at our business and we feel like we aren't enough. And I will tell you that I've struggled with that for years. And that one of the things that I found about my life and my business is that actually at the times I was generating the most gross revenue is often when I was the most unhappy and the most stressed out in my business. And it was normally because I was on this growth path and I was just going without necessarily having an end destination or sometimes even really a reason why I wanted to go there and go there that fast in the first place. So today I want to talk to you about a story that I have for you about hiring my first business coach. And this story has very little to do with the business coach herself as much as it was my experience and what I want to make sure you get from anything you ever do in coaching going forward. So I launched my first business and it was a fitness studio in 2010. I launched my second studio in 2011 and I had a tiger by the tail. I mean, both studios were growing. They were growing quickly. We had a team of anywhere between 25 and 30 women at any given time. And revenues were growing and they were growing fast. But what I found was that I was working myself into the ground and I wasn't empowering my team to do the things that they really needed to do. And honestly, to do the things that were going to empower them to be better at their jobs. And then I was trying to do it all. And I didn't really have a clear vision about where I was going with the business. So here I was pedaling as fast as I could go, and you probably have been there and you probably know this feeling. And I'm generating revenue and I'm generating expenses and I'm generating more revenue and generating more expenses. And I found a woman that was a business coach, is a business coach, and she said, I can help you with this. And so I hired her. She was a very high-end coach, had a mastermind event plus private coaching. And so I hired her for both. And my first year, she completely transformed my business in terms of where it was, where I wanted to go, and the vision that I had for the business. And because of her and because of our work together, I looked at my business as something way bigger than just a fitness studio or just two fitness studios. I really started to look at my business as a way of life and something that was going to build something huge for me and my husband, Mike. And so I started creating all these different products and all these different revenue streams and all this really cool stuff that I never would have done had she not been my coach. And it was an amazing experience. I will tell you that the mastermind was one of the best things I've ever done in my life because now some of my very best friends from the past 6 and 7 years came from that group. And there's nothing like having a community of like-minded people that are going to be there to support you when things aren't always going well. Or even when things are going well, having that second set of eyes or third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh set of eyes to look at your business on a regular basis and see where you came from and where you're going. So end of year one, everything was awesome. And so I figured, well, heck, year one was so great. Why not do it again? And my husband said to me, don't you think you might want to look around and see if there might not be a better fit for where you are today? And I said, no, I love this group of people. I love my relationships. I love my coach. And this has been so awesome. I want to do it again. And God bless him. He is so amazing and so supportive of me. He's like, okay, that's what you want to do. Let's do it. So that's what I did. And I will tell you that pretty early on in year two, I realized it wasn't the best fit for me again. And it had very, very little to do with her and way more to do with me. She had built her business with a certain set of skills, and she made it very clear that that was her strength and that that was what she was really great at helping her clients do. I am kind of a nerd and I'm a little techie, and I really wanted to dive in to a lot of the tech elements of launching products and sales funnels and Google ads and Facebook ads and all of these things that really weren't her strength. And she wasn't quite as interested in because she built a multiple 7-figure business without any of it and she didn't need it. But for me, I didn't have a big audience yet. I didn't have a big following, and I needed to find a way to leverage those tools to build that stuff for myself. So I would say that over and over again, as we were talking, I kept saying, I need a resource for this, or I need a resource for that. And the final moment where I knew it was not a good fit for me was when I knew that for one of my high-end programs, I really wanted to run Google ads. And I knew that that was something that she had done in the past. I knew that that was something that she knew of in her business, but it wasn't her strength. She couldn't coach me on it. And she wasn't in a position she felt to share her resources on it. So we were sitting in her office and I said, I really, really need to start running Google ads. Do you have a resource on that? And she said, call Google. And at that moment, as I talk about it, I start to feel a little emotional. At that moment, I was crushed. It was a case of someone that I had really, really looked up to and had really helped grow and transform my business, kind of letting me down. And it wasn't so much that she let me down. It was that I had an expectation of her that wasn't necessarily fair, because she never said that she was great with digital marketing. She never promoted herself as the person that was going to teach me how to run Google ads, but it was what I needed in my business. And because she was the high-end coach I had hired, I was looking to her to fill that role. And here's the thing. As coaches, as advisors, as mentors, we can't specialize in everything. We can't. So what I encourage you to do, and the turning lemons to lemonade out of this story, is that what I learned then was that I didn't necessarily hire one super high-end coach going forward. I started hiring for things that I needed to get to the next level in my business. So what I did was I started going and finding individual courses and individual mentors to teach me certain skills that I needed to get to the next level. So the lesson in this is, I want you to take a step back from your business, and I want you to ask yourself, where are you in your business today? Where are you? Now I want to ask you, where is it that you want to go? What is your goal? What are you working toward? What are you trying to get to? And then I want you to identify what is the one thing that you can implement in your business right now that would make a difference and help you grow to the next level. Because frequently we're looking down the road and we're looking at the big picture and all of the things that we want to accomplish. And when you do that, you see that you have to implement 15 different things or different online tools or marketing systems or strategies. And I'll tell you that when you look at the elephant as a whole elephant, it's really huge and it's really overwhelming. But if you look at the next step and you identify what is the thing you need to do for the next step, then you are going to be able to find the resources and the tools that you need to get there. So if you're trying to grow your business today and you think, I don't really know what the next step is, I encourage you, go take our quiz. We're at lemonadepodcast.com/010 because we're in episode 10. And you can find out what some of the next things or the next thing is that you need to focus on to take your business to the next level. But I also want you to take from this. When someone is telling you what they're good at, or when someone is telling you what they are or who they show up as in business, as a coach, as a client, make sure you're listening and make sure that you believe them, because we're frequently trying to tell people what we're good at, where we specialize, how you can get the most out of working with us. And when you go in, like I did, with an inappropriate, really, vision of what I expected from this coach, it wasn't her fault. It was my fault. And it's really important that we realize that, because it wasn't fair to her and it wasn't fair to me. I spent way more money on something that really wasn't where I needed to be at that point in my business. And she felt like she had a client that didn't appreciate her and didn't value her. And neither one of us felt happy in that relationship. So we've all hired mentors, we've all hired coaches, we've all purchased programs where things haven't gone quite like we hoped they would. I want to encourage you, before you go and you hire your next coach, your next mentor, that you get crystal clear on where you are in your business, what the next thing is that needs to happen to grow your business, and you need to focus only on that one thing. So that way you can get to where you want to go. I hope this was helpful. You can get the show notes and you can get all of our freebies at lemonadepodcast.com. And for this episode, you can take our free quiz at /010. Look forward to seeing you on a future episode.
Thank you for listening to Turning Lemons into Lemonade, where women go for support and encouragement to hear how other women business owners turn their setbacks into successes to create 6- and 7-figure businesses. We look forward to seeing you next week.